All right, so the first week was honestly not as hard as I thought it was going to be. And now I have my work schedule changed at one of my jobs to where I'll be working 2 shifts back to back, and then I'll have a full time frame for sleep, about 6 hours, which is plenty for me usually. Just got done here at the laundromat, and it would appear that I am missing some socks and some underwear. So I don't know what happened. So I guess the learning lesson is I'm gonna have to keep a stash of extra socks and underwear in the back of the car somewhere in case they go missing again. I have 2 skivvy rolls that are incomplete, so if I had to guess, I misplaced them at the gym probably because I went to the gym to shower 2 days. I got all my food set up, so basically what I'll be doing is I'll be eating a meal, a small meal, basically 1 can or 1 portion of something before every shift and at every break. So the bottom crate is for all of my cans. It'll fit 1 week's worth of food almost perfectly. So every time I go to the grocery store on the weekends and restock, I can probably just bring the crate in with me as long as I personalize it in some way so they don't think I'm stealing it. And then up top, I have a small bin that has all of my other dry goods like nuts, raisins, and then my silverware I keep in a separate container to keep them clean and apart from everything. My dish soap, my shaker bottle, and my protein powder, which I use just to basically get a little extra calories, because if you do the math with all of the, the numbers on the cans, my caloric intake is anywhere ranging from 1,000 to 2,000. And on the days that I am closer to 1,000, I'm going to need more calories just for the energy to get me through work. And then I also got a case of water, but that's not for drinking because both of my jobs have a filter station that I can get water at. That's just for, cleaning my silverware and cleaning my shaker bottle. I've got a nice assortment of things to make sure that I keep a good nutrition. I've got, fruit, vegetables, beans, protein, and then nuts and raisins. The seasoning works really well. Might need to adjust it a little bit, might need a little bit more salt, but other than that, it's perfect. Should be able to season literally everything that I'm gonna be eating. In the back there where my head is whenever I sleep, I got it set up to where I have a fan now for when it gets hot, and then I installed a dome light because when I pull that blanket down like I showed you, it gets super dark back there. That's where I'll be keeping my alarm clock and my battery bank too when it's not in my backpack ready to be transported to be charged. I found my solution for the windows. I basically got these spring-loaded tension rods for curtains. The first 4 I bought they wouldn't go long enough. I had to return them. And then I bought 4 more of the longer size, and then one of them wasn't working. And in an attempt to fix it, cut my finger open pretty bad. I had to super glue it. Thank you, super glue. So I just went inside and swapped it out and got some, some adhesive tape and some medical supplies to wrap this up once I can snip off this when it dries. Well, I guess the good news is it shows me that I need a basic medical kit in here. The only thing I have is my IFAK, which is really only helpful if you're got shot in the chest or have lost a limb. And I've already almost lost a couple of these caps a few times, so I'm gonna go ahead and super glue those in place too. And here's how I store them. I just put them in the straps that are used to close the accordion style windshield sun blocker. And as you can see, the curtain rods actually work pretty well. Much faster system than I was using before. I'm very pleased. On a lighter note, I also got my trash can figured out. Boom. Sits comfortably right here where I can reach it from the front and the back. And it fits perfectly inside the crevice. So the permanent mattress has the space built into it, which conveniently just fits my trash can right there. And I can just open it, put my trash in, close it, and then I use just 4-gallon trash bags that I put into the canister before I put the lid on, and it keeps it snug. And I keep the bags over there. Just had my first shower in a whole week, and oh my God, the things that we take for granted. Also, now that I have a locker at one of my jobs, a locker at another one of my jobs, and I have to get a locker at Planet Fitness when I'm showering so no one takes my shit, I decided to invest in a pack of locks that all have the same key. Did I mention that I have been to Walmart 5 fucking times today? Also, I got a promotion recently at one of my jobs, the one that I've been at, not the one that I just started, obviously. And my new supervisor told me that, hey, I've been having to change your punches every day because you're pushing the wrong button whenever you clock out for lunch and you're not getting paid for that hour. So I did an audit of all of my timesheets, and I built a spreadsheet, and I was missing like 168 something hours of pay, which equates to about $4,000, right? So I sent that spreadsheet over to payroll, and they're gonna pay it out. So I'm just waiting on that money as well, but that should give me a nice little safety net in case I have an emergency or I need a repair done on my vehicle. I also set up an account with Illinois Tollway. I had about $60 of unpaid tolls. I pass about 2 every trip, so 4 a day, which kind of adds up, even if it's in small dollar increments. I've also got to go to AutoZone because I just had this check engine light pop up, so I got to find out what that's about. Just got my scan done at AutoZone, and it says that I apparently had a loose fuel tank cap, and it's brand new. I replaced it maybe like 6 months ago. So I just went and tightened it. Still got the check engine light on, so I'm probably gonna have to disconnect the battery to reset the computer system. So I disconnected the battery and let it sit for a couple minutes and, you know, reconnected it, and I still have a check engine light. So I'm probably gonna have to replace that gas cap again, but it's only like $7, so I'm not really losing sleep over it. And at least there's something not wrong with my engine. Throughout the week, it's really easy for me to just sleep in the parking lot of one of my jobs because most of them already am aware of my situation or my conditions. But on the weekends, the challenge is finding places to sleep where no one's gonna kick you off. So this weekend, I did the Walmart parking lot, but during, you know, regular business hours. And then at night, one night, I'd parked just in the parking lot of a busy hotel. I figured people who work at the front desk aren't really keeping track of what cars people are driving who are coming in to check in, so it seemed to work pretty well. And now I am off to the library to edit this video and plug in my backpack so my battery bank has my alarm clock working throughout the week. All right, so that about wraps it up. Those are all the updates I have for now. Happy Mother's Day to you, Mom. I love you very much. And my friends, tell your mothers that I said Happy Mother's Day as well. Signing off.